In this example, we are asked to add and subtract several pairs of matrices. So one of the rules governing matrix addition and subtraction is that the two matrices that we are combining have to have the same size, and the resulting matrix will be the same size as the two matrices that we are adding or subtracting. Also, the operations are performed component-wise. So what that means is if I want any particular element of the sum a plus b, I need to add the two corresponding entries in a and b. So let's see how this works. So I'm going to start by, in part A, I'm given these two matrices, A and B, and I want to add them. So A plus B, as I was saying, is calculated by adding together the corresponding entries in A and B. So, for instance, to get the very first entry in the upper left-hand corner, I add the two entries in the upper left-hand corner of A and B. And that gives me 2 plus 1, which is 3. To get the next entry, I add 4 and 2, which gives me 6. Then I move down to the second row, and I add 1 and 3, which gives me 4, and 5 and 2, which gives me 3. So that's the sum A plus B. A minus B is found in exactly the same way, except that I subtract the entries. So, starting out in the upper left-hand corner, I need to take 2 and subtract off 1, which gives me 1. Then to get the second entry in the first row, I take 4 and subtract 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Moving down to the second row, I have 1 minus 3, which gives me negative 2, and 5 minus 2, which is 3. Okay, so this is the sum A plus B and the difference A minus B. Okay, so in part B, it's the same idea, except we have larger matrices. Plus, here we have to be a little bit careful when we subtract, because we have some of our entries are negative. So we need to be very careful here about making a sign error. So let's start by adding A and B. A plus B is equal to... Okay, so again, I'm going to start by moving across the first row, taking all the entries in A and adding to them the entries in B. So I have 3 plus 5, which is 8. 0 plus 3, which is 3. 3 minus 5 equals negative 2. Now I move down to the second row, and I get minus 1 plus 3, 2 minus 4, 6 plus 0. Then in the third row, I have 5 plus minus 1, minus 2 plus 2, and then 4 plus 4. So this is the sum A plus B. Now, A minus B is a little bit trickier. This is kind of what I was referring to a bit ago. Moving across the first row, initially I have 3 and 5. So 3 minus 5 gives me negative 2. Then I have 0 minus 3, which is negative 3. Now, here's where I need to be careful. In this last entry, I have 3, but I'm subtracting from that minus 5. 3 minus negative 5 would be 3 plus 5, which is 8. So my last entry here is 8. Moving to the second row, I have minus 1, minus 3, 2 minus a negative 4. That's 2 plus 4, which is 6. And then I have 6 minus 0. In the third row, I have 5 minus negative 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. Then I have minus 2, which is minus 4. And then for the last entry, I have 4 minus 4, which is 0. So make sure to go through that carefully, try it on your own, and make sure you get the same answer. But at the end of the day, these are the resulting matrices, A plus B and A minus B. Okay, part C and D. Okay, in part C, I have two non-square matrices that I am adding together, but that's okay as long as the matrices are the same size. A plus B is equal to, going across the first row, I have 4 plus 1, which gives me 5, minus 2 plus 4, 2, 3 minus 2, which is 1, 6 plus 3, 9, 3 minus 1, and minus 5 plus 5. Okay, so this is the result of A plus B. A minus B gives me 4 minus 1, minus 2 minus 4, and 3 minus a negative 2, so that's 3 plus 2. The second row gives me 6 minus 3, 3 minus a negative 1, minus 5 minus 5. Okay? So that's A plus B and A minus B. Now, example D, part D, is real easy because we have, what we have here is a 2 by 3 matrix, and B is a 3 by 3 matrix. Since these matrices have different sizes, we cannot add them together. The reason for that is, notice that A only has 2 rows, which means we don't have anything to add to the third row of B if we tried to add A and B together. So we cannot perform this calculation. In that case, we just say that A plus B is undefined, and in a similar way, A minus B is undefined. Okay. So that's it for example 1.